Hi friends, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking all about how to reprogram your mind for success. And the reason that I want to talk with you about this today is because I firmly believe that you are capable of absolutely anything that is humanly possible that you set your mind to, and the only thing holding you or I back from achieving our biggest, wildest dreams is our mind and the habits that we have in our mind, our mindset, and exactly what we are trying to achieve. Because so often the thing that's holding us back is that we simply aren't dreaming big enough. And so today we're just going to be talking about some things that you can start doing, start working on to really reprogram your mind for success and start thinking with more successful patterns, but also focus more on the positive and on opportunities. Now, before we even get into it, I just want to warn you that today's video is definitely going to be more of the chatty, conversational nature. So if you're not into that, then please just click out of the video and save yourself the time, because you won't enjoy this if you don't like that kind of video. But if you do like that kind of video, then we are kindred spirits. So grab yourself a cup of tea and let's chat about reprogramming your mind for success. And of course, if you have any thoughts or comments about what we talk about today, then be sure to leave me a comment down below to share with the community whatever your questions or observations or anything that you've learned that might help us all to become more successful and to really reprogram our minds. So I think that reprogramming your mind really starts with first thinking about what it means to be successful and deciding for yourself what your definition of success is. Because there's no perfect exact standard for success. There's no when you reach 100%, then you are successful. It's not like a test that you're being graded on. We are all living life, and what feels like success to you might not feel like success to someone else. And what you see on a magazine cover that's being represented as success might not be your idea of success at all, because maybe that person on the magazine cover is rich and famous, but maybe they're miserable. And so for you, being successful might just be being happy and free and having enough. So it starts really with just figuring out what success looks like for you, because if you don't know where you're aiming at, then you will never know when you get there, and you won't know which direction to head to get there. So this could start with a journaling exercise, or simply with maybe some daily meditation to really get your mind centered on success, but also to kind of process these thoughts as you're trying to figure out what success would look like in your own life. Next, you really have to start looking for opportunities in every situation, whether it's a good or a bad situation, because there are always opportunities. Opportunities for growth, opportunities to become more successful. So for example, if there is a good situation, then obviously you have the opportunity to enjoy the situation. You might have the opportunity to use that good situation to your advantage to become more happy or rich or famous or whatever success looks like for you. So you might be able to use that good situation to your advantage. Or you might be able to simply use the good situation as an opportunity to give thanks. On the other hand, if you are in a bad situation, you still want to be looking for opportunities, because opportunities are all around you, and every single experience that you have in your life is one part of your story. It's one thing that is shaping you, and it does not mean that your life is successful or not successful. What determines how successful you are or how successful you become is how you react to that situation. So if you are faced with a bad situation or something unpleasant, then you can choose to react to it in a positive way by looking for opportunities in the situation, either opportunities to help people who are also involved in the bad situation, or opportunities to grow and to learn something so that you're not in the same situation ever again. Life really is full of opportunities if you're looking for them, but if you're not looking for them, then you really won't notice them at all, and you'll feel like everyone who is successful just got lucky, and you're here not successful. You're here being a failure, not fulfilling your dreams, and you never can because you never have opportunities. So that's why it's so important that you train yourself to look for opportunities. And I know that that can sound really theoretical, or maybe you're not sure how to apply it, but I mean it really literally. Just start looking for opportunities. Every single situation that you're in, starting today, starting the very next thing that happens to you after you watch this video, just ask yourself, what is the opportunity here? Is there an opportunity for me to grow? Is there an opportunity for me to help someone? Is there an opportunity for me to profit? All of these opportunities are possible, they're out there, and you just have to start looking for them. And you might not find them in the first situation, especially if you're not in the habit of that, but if you start looking for them, if you just start asking yourself these questions, then you will start to find them. Your mind is so powerful, and it has the ability to direct you towards success or to drive you away from success and to drive success away from you, because your mind is controlling your actions, and what your actions are controls your destiny. Okay, what you do controls what your outcomes are and controls what happens next in your life. And so because your mind is so powerful at controlling your future, it's so important that we take these steps to reprogram our mind for success. And so the next thing that you must do in order to reprogram your mind is to believe that success is not random. Success happens to people for a reason. People create success, whether intentionally or even unintentionally. So whatever you are choosing to do, whatever actions you're choosing to take, whatever thoughts you are choosing to think, or whatever thoughts you're not choosing to control, and therefore the thoughts are controlling you, all of those choices that you make, whether you're choosing to make a decision or you're choosing to let life just take you where it may, all those decisions are guiding you towards wherever you're going, whether that's where you want to be headed or where you're not. And so you have to believe that success is not random and that you are in control of your own future, of your own destiny, and that you can take actions to get to where you want to go. And if you don't believe that, then you will never be in control of your destiny and you'll never be in control of your success. So several years ago, when I first started reading about personal development and about success and how to become successful, because this has been a fascination of mine for a really long time, I started reading books about it back in high school, and I definitely got some tips and tricks along the way, and especially some actionable tips and tricks that I started implementing. But there was also a lot of kind of higher level, more general type knowledge or advice that really just went over my head, and it just sounded cliche and like what everyone was saying. It sounded like what you'd see on a quote or in a quote on a calendar or in a journal, and I didn't really have any idea how to apply it to my own life. And one of the things that was like that was the phrase or the concept to believe in yourself, or to believe that anything is possible. And I didn't understand that at all, because I thought, well, anything is not possible. Why should I believe in myself? I don't know how to, achieve this goal. And then going right along with that, affirmations, you're supposed to say, I am so great, I am capable, I can do this thing, I am doing this thing, or even, of course, some people tell you to say affirmations like your goal is already realized. So if you want to be a best-selling author, then you say, I am a New York Times best-selling author. Or if you want to be a millionaire, you say, I am a millionaire. And I just could not get behind that. I did not understand at all why you would say those things. And so two thoughts on that. First, you don't necessarily have to do affirmations that way, but the way that you can make sense of that, if you want to do them that way, is that you are not trying to pretend or trick yourself into thinking that you currently have that. You're not trying to trick yourself into thinking that you are a millionaire or a best-selling author or whatever you're trying to become, because that would take an awful lot of deception to trick yourself into thinking that. I don't know if we are capable of tricking ourselves to that extent, or if it would be even a good thing, because if you truly believed that you already had it, then you probably wouldn't do the work to get it, right? So instead, what's actually supposed to be going on here, or at least what would make sense to be going on, is that you are simply envisioning that you have arrived and you're feeling what that feels like, what that is, and then you're imagining what it would be to be able to say that. So rather than thinking of it as an affirmation, it's almost more of a visualization exercise where you're imagining yourself in your dream house and you're imagining what that looks like so that you know where you're headed, and then you're realizing that imagination even further by saying, I have this house, it is mine, I have achieved this goal. So that's one thought on those type of affirmations. But then the other really important thought about saying affirmations, or just this type of exercise, is that when you say to yourself, whether you're writing it down or saying it as an affirmation, that you are capable of realizing your goal, that you can achieve this goal, that you will achieve a certain goal by a certain date, and you have no idea how it will happen, and so it seems almost ridiculous to say it will happen when you don't even know how. But it's not, because all you're actually believing, all you need to actually believe, is that you are capable of figuring it out. So you're not saying you know how to build this big business that you want to build, or you know how to get your dream house, or that you know how to make as much money as you want to make, or live where you want to live, whatever it is. You're not saying that you know how, or that you know how it will happen, but you are simply saying that you know that you are capable of figuring out how to make it happen. And you have to believe that about yourself. You have to believe that you are able to figure out what you need to figure out in order to reach your goals. And if you don't believe that about yourself, then it's going to be very difficult for you to reach your goals, and your mind will not be programmed for success. So when working to reprogram your mind for success, you really need to instill in yourself this belief that you are capable of figuring out anything that you need to figure out to be able to reach your goals. And how you can instill that in yourself, because I always like to include the how, because I don't want this to just be theoretical, is practice figuring things out. Practice learning new things without asking for help, or with asking for help, okay? But instead of just having someone do it for you, instead ask someone to teach you how to do it, or take a course online that teaches you how to do it, or read a Wikipedia article that tells you about it. Okay, there are so many resources, especially in this digital age that we live in. The resources are endless that can help you figure out how to do things on yourself. And so you can reprogram your mind by simply practicing figuring things out, and then being intentional about it and actually thinking about the fact, I just figured that out. I am capable of figuring things out. I am an intelligent person who can figure out how to do anything that I want to figure out. Now, of course, maybe there are things, I'm sure there are things, that you don't want to figure out because you don't care about the results, or it would take way too much time and you don't care about the results, or it would be way easier and not too expensive to simply hire someone to do it for you. And so that is totally understandable, you know, like maybe you don't want to wire all the electricity in your house, and so you just hire an electrician rather than figuring all that out yourself. But that doesn't mean that you're not capable, okay? That electrician figured out how to wire your house somehow. You know, he took classes at a university or at a trade school, and he learned everything that he needed to know to be able to wire your house. And you are just as capable as he was in figuring that out, but that doesn't mean you want to. But you have to believe that you are capable of figuring out anything that you want to, anything that you need to in order to reach the goals that you want to reach. Before we go on, I just want to take a quick moment to say, if you agree that it is possible to reprogram your mind for success and to develop a success mindset that drives you towards achieving your goals, then please click the like button on this video to let me know that I am not alone in these beliefs and that you too understand that you're in control of your success and your destiny. So if you do agree with that, then please just hit the like button. Also, of course, if you like this video, then hit that like button. Okay, so let's go on. I have one more thought that I want to share with you, and this kind of brings it back full circle. When we first started this video, I was talking about how it's so important that you have an idea of success in your mind and you know what success means to you. And so bringing that back full circle, it's important, so important, that not only do you have a general idea of what success would look like to you, like is that freedom, is that happiness, is that money, but that you also have a specific idea of what you're trying to achieve, that you have specific big goals in your life. And as you become more and more successful and you make more money and you get happier, your standards for those things will raise and you will be able to dream bigger. You'll find yourself able to dream bigger. I know that, just as a tiny example, the more money my business has made every month, the smaller the amounts of money seem to me and the bigger amounts of money I can imagine actually earning. And so often people say, like, you know, the money is never enough, I got a raise, and it just seemed like it was never enough. But I'm almost seeing this as a good thing. Like I'm seeing the opportunity in this, I guess. I don't feel like it's not enough necessarily, but an amount of money that used to seem like an enormous amount of money that would be plenty to me now seems like a relatively small amount of money that is relatively insignificant. And my income goals, just for this example, my income goals have gotten so much bigger and I can actually imagine ways to be able to attain them. But that's kind of a sidetrack. Really, what I want you to know is that as you become more successful in all of these areas of your life, your goals will get bigger. But we don't just want our goals to get bigger, we also want them to be very specific, because the more specific and the more clear you are on a goal, the easier it is for you to reach that goal. So you need to be mindful about it. You need to do meditation or journaling exercises. Both of those can be really helpful, although in different ways. Meditation more for clearing your mind and helping you to focus, and then journaling more for working through all the random thoughts that are swimming through your brain and really helping to sort through them. So doing different types of exercises like this to get clear on what your goals are, but also simply doing the work towards whatever goals you know now and figuring out things along the way, figuring out what you like and what you don't like and what you really want, because the more clear you are on your goals, the bigger of goals you will be able to successfully achieve. All right, so that brings us to the end of these thoughts that I wanted to share with you today. I hope that this was both inspiring but also practical, so that you have some tools to start guiding your mindset towards a success mindset that will really help you to reach your biggest goals, but also reach whatever you perceive as successful. I really hope that you found this video both inspiring and also practical and helpful, so that you have some tools to start guiding you towards developing a mindset of success and guiding you towards reaching whatever your definition of success is. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to subscribe to my channel for 2 videos every week. I make videos about success, intentional living, and entrepreneurship, and I would love to have you join me for the next one. If you liked this video, make sure you hit the thumbs up button to let me know and to help more people find it. If you want to continue this conversation further and meet other people who are also interested in reprogramming their minds for success and achieving big goals, then I invite you to come join our private group on Facebook called Ready, Set, Launch. I am in this group on a daily basis because it is full of so many amazing people, and we have great conversations all about our goals and how we're working to achieve our goals, and also talking about obstacles that are in our way and helping each other to figure out how to overcome those obstacles. If this sounds like something that would be beneficial or enjoyable to you, then I invite you to come join us. I'll leave a link down below where you can find the group on Facebook. Thank you so much for watching today's video, and I hope to see you again next time.